Nazi symbols and the sale of memorabilia are set to be banned in a new federal government move to tackle far-right extremism. If passed, Australians caught flouting the rules could face up to 12 months behind bars. We are now joined by Anti-Defamation Commission Chair Dvir Abramovich. Dvir, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Do you welcome this move, or does it need to go further and indeed include salutes?
This is a big win, Rebecca. It's a day for the history books, and anyone who loves this country and loves the shared values and our common humanity and wants to defeat the forces of evil will be celebrating this momentous occasion, which will be etched forever in the books of Australian democracy. This has been a long and taxing 6-year personal campaign, but I never lost faith or hope that this law would be introduced, and I have to admit that in a quiet moment today I did shed some tears of joy. I also want to say, Rebecca, that even though I am talking to you, I know that standing with me are the brave diggers who sacrificed their lives to defeat Hitler's regime, the 6 million Jews who were exterminated in the gas chambers and in open fields, and millions of others, and of course the incredibly inspiring Holocaust survivors who escaped the inferno to rebuild their lives here. I want to commend the federal government for taking the high moral ground, for doing the heavy lifting. When it comes to the Nazi salute, back in January, I and a group of Holocaust survivors launched a campaign on the steps of Parliament House, calling on the Victorian state government to ban the Nazi salute, and I'm pleased that the Attorney General, Jacqueline Symes, has heeded our call and has committed to actually ban the Nazi salute.
Dvir, you've given us some wonderful context there, but I wonder if we can go a step further. What do these symbols and war artefacts, what's the effect they have on the Jewish community?
For Holocaust survivors and the Jewish community as a whole, seeing Nazi memorabilia, these blood-soaked items, these tools of the devil, being given a price tag and being offered to the highest bidder is absolutely shocking. They are disgusted by the fact that you have online auction houses. We had one a few weeks ago at Mount Evelyn, profiting from history's worst crime. So they are thrilled and delighted that the federal government will ban this lurid and warped trade. I also want to say that for Holocaust survivors, seeing hardcore bigots do the Heil Hitler salute or publicly display the Nazi swastika, it re-traumatizes them again. It tears a hole in their heart, and for some it is as threatening and intimidating as being faced with a gun.
Yeah, I'm sure. There will be exemptions for educational purposes and historic purposes. Is that okay? Is that fair?
Yeah, I think the law is sensible and fair. I think it strikes a good balance. It says we're not targeting museums, schools, educational institutions, or artistic productions. What we are doing is to zero in on the homegrown extremists who have weaponized the Nazi swastika, the SS symbol, and other insignia in trying to sow fear and to intimidate. So I think that I'm very happy with the balance that is being struck here.
Dvir, is there a resurgence of white supremacists here in Australia, and how will this help to stop hate groups?
I have to tell you, Rebecca, even for someone like myself who fights bigotry and intolerance on a daily basis, I have been stunned by the explosion of anti-Semitism and neo-Nazism. This cancer of intolerance is spreading like wildfire throughout our nation, and it's reaching skyrocketing levels that we have never witnessed before. What we have is an angry and agitated white supremacist movement who dreams about an Australian Hitler, who would like nothing more than to push people like myself into the gas chambers, taking their online activity into the physical world, into restaurants, as we saw here in Melbourne, onto the streets, onto the steps of Parliament House. What this law does is to first of all say the law is no longer on your side. Australia will never provide a safe haven or a shelter for the poisonous and dangerous ideology of neo-Nazism, but also that we as a society are fighting back, we're pushing back, and that in this battle between good and evil, and it is a battle between good and evil, we are determined to fight and to win.
I will have to leave it there this afternoon, but I really appreciate you coming on the show to explain everything to us. Thank you so much.
Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.